watched our previous videos, you might have seen the one in which we talked about which was the first female K-pop group which we followed. And if you have seen that, then you might be able to guess that my first female K-pop bias was in fact a member of FX. I did have other biases in groups which I might have potentially thought were girls at a first glance. But that's kind of bound to happen when you're a 14-year-old white girl and New East has just debuted. Nevertheless, I became an FX fan around the time of Electric Shock. Well, it was a little bit after that actually, it was like during Electric Shock era. And I just remember I really loved Amber's tomboy style so much that I just like gravitated towards her. She was unique, she was different, and she just had something about her that was just so incredibly different from that stereotypical like dainty pretty K-pop girl group member thing that most of them had going on and still do. And so for that reason she was instantly my favourite, and she still is today actually.
So for girl groups, it was kind of longer. Like I didn't really pay attention to girl groups during the time that I first stand the groups that I like. I started in 2007. In 2007, I was 14 years old. And Kara debuted when I was 14. So my very first girl bias was Nicole Jung. She was like an it girl. She speaks English. She's got a really nice personality. You will see it on TV. Like, she's such a very fun woman. Yeah, so that is Nicole for me.
My first ever K-pop girl group bias was Dara. As I think everyone knew Sandara Park way back then because she's just so phenomenal, and then she's so huge here in the Philippines, and then all of a sudden she was gone, and then she came back with a fire, like, yeah, fire, because that was their debut song, and everyone knew fire, just like what I've said before. That was part of the holy trinity in K-pop here in the Philippines. So yeah, my first ever K-pop girl group bias was Dara, and then it became CL because CL is just full of swag, and at that moment, I was really more into the swag, the hip hop, the rappers. So it was CL next, and yeah. But my first ever was Dara because I knew her already knew her beforehand because of her stay here in the Philippines. So yep.
First K-pop first female K-pop girl group na bias ko, syempre 21 pa din. 21 lang talagang malakas para sa akin. You cannot create another 21. 21 is 21. Siguro kung pinush ni YG na i-promote sila overseas, global stars na rin sila ngayon. Na naputol yung promotion na hindi ko malaman na dahilan. Bigla na lang silang tinago sa dungeon na kami mga Blackjacks sa comeback ng 21. Pero masaya ako kasi nakanood ako ng All or Nothing concert. Nakita ko sila, napanood kahit man lang doon. Pero I am still hoping na magka-comeback silang apat na magkakasama sa isang stage. So for now, sinusuportahan namin yung mga individual activities nila. Madaming dahilan kung bakit dapat mong maging bias ang 21 para sa mga third and fourth generation fans dyan. I recommend na panoorin yung live stage ng 21 pati mga music videos nila. Siguro kung active pa sila ngayon, Ewan ko na lang. Baka nakikipagbugbugan pa rin sila sa mga music shows tsaka sa charts. Sobrang ang saya lang dati kasi pukpukan talaga sa voting, sa music show pag nagka-comeback in 21. Nakaka-miss lang yung old days namin mga blackjack nung active pa yung 21. So yun, 21 pa din hanggang ngayon, gaabang pa din. Hindi sila mapapalitan sa bias list ko. Number 1 sila. Number 1 palagi. Number 1 lang ang tutupan.
So, my first K-pop girl group bias is Hyoyeon of Girls' Generation because of Genie. And it's ironic because she didn't really had lines during the whole song of Genie, but still she was given that dance break, and she had like two varieties of her dance break that I really love watching. And then because of like after Genie, I was trying to see like what other songs before Genie she had more lines in, and I was so captivated with her during G because her voice was really like husky and beautiful, and it's really like a different vocal range amongst the other girls in SNSD. And of course, her dance skills is off the charts. She's like the best dancer amongst the 9 members at that time. So I'm really like a Hyoyeon stan until now. I think it didn't change. So when I saw her when I was in Korea, it was so awesome to finally see her perform and how her body moves. She's really a gifted dancer. And then when I was here in the Philippines, I was given the chance to see her DJ as DJ Hyo in what do you call this, in a performance here where she had like a gig. So I was so amazed that she can do all these things. So Hyoyeon for me is really like the complete package of an idol. She can sing, she can dance, and like I hope she gets more spotlight in the future.
Now it's time for my first ever girl group bias, and it would be none other than CL. As I've slightly introed in the previous video, CL is just, I want to be her, and I also want to date her. I don't know, there's just so much charisma, and she's not afraid to do what she wants, especially now she's experimenting, she's doing the music that she really wants to be doing. Sorry about the siren. Yeah, she's doing the music she really wants to be doing, and it's very brave of her, and I love that for her. She's so much more happier than she used to be, and before even releasing the new music now, she had like a small EP saying goodbye to her 21 days, and also saying that she misses them, and also like a fuck you to YG. You guys should listen to it. It's called Done, and I forgot the other one. But Done is the bad bitch song to YG, like a fuck you to YG, and you should listen to it. And the other song is very emotional, and it makes me cry every time I think about it. It's you'd understand her story if you listen to that EP, and yeah, you would definitely fall in love with her. She's all about the bad girl vibe, and also just doing what she wants. That's part of her line. I just do what I wanna, and which is also something I live by. Wow. And yeah, literally life is too short to not do anything. I mean, to not do what you want to. So it's pointless if you don't, right? So that's my words of wisdom for you today. Do what you want. It's your life. As per CL, right? Yeah. So if you have time, you should check her out and let me know what you think of her.
Thank you for watching our video. What topic should the K-pop panel should talk about next? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Annyeong.